All right, y'all. We got his last delivery was to a man who only invited black drivers inside. Now, before we get into this video, if y'all want to watch this without my commentary, feel free. So head over to Last Seen Alive. Now, I am my first time reacting to a video over here from him. I'm subbing up. But yeah, we ain't gonna waste no more time. We're gonna get right into this. If y'all wanna watch me react, appreciate you for tuning in and all that. Without further ado, I'll get it. Why would you go inside though, bro?
Pay attention to.
See, stuff like this is really, it'll send chills down your spine, bro. Cause like, why would you go in there, mother? I'm quick on it. Nah, I'm good. I appreciate it though, and go on about my business.
This CCTV footage, March 19th, 2:38 p.m. A delivery truck pulls into the driveway of a white, two-story house on the outskirts of Lawton, Oklahoma. The driver steps out. Brown uniform, package under his arm, scanner in his hand. His name is Darnell Simmons. He is 35 years old, father of 3, 9 years with the same delivery company. This is stop number 41 of his Tuesday route. He walks up the front path, steps onto the porch, rings the doorbell. The door opens. A white male, early 40s, stands in the doorway.
So this is a little AI storytelling. Well, the pictures, that's what I'm getting. I might be wrong, but I'm getting that kind of vibe. Like it's AI. It's like not an accurate picture of him. Now I'm guessing this the real footage of him getting, I'm not even gonna say lured inside. Well, yeah, you can say that.
He is smiling. Watch carefully. He gestures inside. Darnell hesitates for exactly 2 seconds. Then he nods. Then he steps through that doorway. The door closes behind him. That is the last time anyone sees Darnell Simmons alive. What you are looking at is 14 seconds of footage from a neighbor's security camera positioned across the street. 14 seconds. That is all we have. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what happened after that door closed. The question is not what happened to Darnell. The question is, how many times had this man done this before? And when you see what investigators found in that abandoned warehouse 11 days later, you will understand why this case changed protocol for every delivery driver in the state of Oklahoma. Here is what everyone assumed at first. Darnell Simmons, experienced driver, makes a routine stop, accepts an invitation inside, robbery gone wrong. Maybe he saw something he should not have. Maybe the homeowner panicked. Wrong place, wrong time, random. The kind of tragedy that happens in a country this size. That is what local police believed for the first 72 hours. That is what the news reported. That is what everyone assumed. Wrong. This was not random. This was not a robbery, and it had nothing to do with what Darnell saw or did not see. Because the man who opened that door, the man with the smile, the man who offered Darnell a cup of coffee on a Tuesday afternoon in March.
What I'm confused about, they said this camera right here is from a neighbor's doorbell camera? I'm not getting that, bro.
Had been waiting for exactly this moment. His name was Wayne Prescott, 43 years old, never married, no children, worked as a freelance accountant from home.
To
his neighbors, he was quiet, polite, kept to himself, the kind of man you would never look twice at, the kind of man who waves from his driveway when you jog past, the kind of man who said 4 words that ended a life. Come in for coffee. Let me tell you about Darnell first because he deserves that. He deserves to be more than a victim in a statistic.
Man, you must really like coffee.
Darnell grew up in Tulsa, graduated from Memorial High School, worked construction for 6 years before getting the delivery job. At 24, he married his girlfriend, Tamika. At 26, they had their first son, Elijah. Then came twins Amara and Isaiah 2 years later. When Darnell got the delivery route, he told Tamika it was perfect. Monday through Friday, home by 6 p.m., weekends with his kids. He knew every
you really
street in
can't beat
southwest
that.
Oklahoma. He memorized the names of customers who ordered regularly. Mrs. Gutierrez on Maple always had lemonade waiting for him in summer. Mr. Hensley on Pine needed help carrying heavy packages because of his arthritis. Darnell never rushed. He took time. 9 years, 55 stops a day, 5 days a week.
That's what's up, because he's clearly a people person. So he's for a conversation, and you can say in a sense getting to know somebody. But dang, bro, it's like genuinely nice people like him, stuff like that happens to, and it sucks because he's a nice person. I don't know his background like deeply, but just based off this narration right now, I'm getting he's a people person. He's for a good conversation. He won't be short with anyone. If somebody offer him something, he not rude. He won't turn it down. But sometimes that could be a good and a bad thing. Me personally, I done turned a lot of stuff down. I'm not gonna lie. It's just I don't be trying to be out here taking too many risks. You know, offers come up here and there, and it's just like, nah, I'll pass on that. You know, but to each their own, man. Like I said, but it's genuinely nice people that this type of stuff happened to.
This was not just a job. This was how Darnell built connection, community, trust. And on March 19th at 2:38 p.m., that trust killed him. Now let me tell you about Wayne Prescott, but not everything. Not yet. Because what you need to understand first is how someone like Wayne becomes invisible. He bought that house in Lawton 4 years ago. Cash purchase, no mortgage. The previous owners were a young couple who relocated to Texas. Wayne kept the house exactly as they left it. Same exterior paint, same garden, same American flag on the porch. He attended community events. Not every one, just enough to be seen. He nodded at neighbors. He brought in his trash cans on time. He even donated to the local fire department fundraiser. Twice. Nice guy, the neighbors said. Quiet, but nice. But here is what none of them knew. Wayne had a room in his basement, behind a false wall built to look like storage space. And inside that room, there were things that would later make an FBI agent with 22 years experience stop the interview and walk outside.
What?
We will get to that room. But first remember this. Wayne had been a member of an online group for 7 years. The name of that group does not matter. What matters is what they believed. And what they believed was that certain people did not deserve to exist based on the color of their skin. Wayne did not just believe this. He discussed it. He planned for it. He prepared. The house in Lawton was not random. The cash purchase was not convenience. The location was chosen because the nearest neighbor was 200 feet away, and delivery trucks came through 3 times per week. The footage from across the street is grainy, low resolution, shot from a Ring doorbell positioned on a house 180 feet away, but it shows enough. Darnell's truck enters the frame. He parks in the driveway, gets out, package under arm, scanner in hand. Standard procedure. He has done this 41 times today. He walks up to the front door, rings the bell, waits. 7 seconds pass. The door opens. Wayne appears. Even at this distance, you can see him smile. You can see him gesture inward, casual, friendly. Darnell does not move for a moment. That moment lasts exactly 2 seconds. Then he shifts his weight. He nods. He steps forward. The door closes. 2:38:47 p.m. Remember that timestamp, because in 11 days, investigators will need to calculate exactly how long Darnell Simmons was alive after that door closed. The answer will haunt them. Here is what the cameras did not capture. Wayne's kitchen, a pot of coffee already brewed, 2 cups already set on the counter. The second cup had something in it. Investigators would later identify it as a veterinary sedative, easy to obtain online, undetectable by taste or smell, takes effect in 4 to 7 minutes.
Damn.
Wayne knew this because he had researched it for months. He knew the dosage, he knew the timing, he knew exactly how long he had before Darnell would start feeling dizzy. 5 minutes of conversation, just enough time to seem normal, to seem friendly, to seem like exactly the kind of person you would accept a cup of coffee from on a hot Tuesday afternoon in Oklahoma. Darnell never made it to the next stop on his route. Stop 42. Mrs. Chen on Willow Street. She had ordered a birthday gift for her grandson. She waited until 5 p.m. Then she called the delivery company. "Where is my package?" The dispatcher checked the system. Darnell's last scanned delivery was at 2:31 p.m. Stop 40, 7 minutes before he arrived at Wayne's house. The package for Wayne was never scanned as delivered. Dispatcher called Darnell's phone. No answer. Called again. No answer. At 6:15 p.m., Tamika called the company. Darnell never came home. At 7:30 p.m., she filed a missing person report. At 9 p.m., officers found Darnell's truck, parked in the driveway of a white 2-story house on the outskirts of Lawton. The house was dark. No one answered the door. They ran the plates. Wayne Prescott. No criminal record, no warrants, no red flags. They left a note on the door. "Please contact Lawton PD regarding a vehicle on your property." They drove away. Remember that. They drove away. Because at that moment, Darnell Simmons was still alive.
What?
He was in a warehouse 14 miles north, and Wayne Prescott was not alone with him. 3 days passed. Wayne did not contact police. He did not answer his door. His car was gone. Neighbors said they had not seen him since Tuesday afternoon. On day 4, investigators obtained a warrant. They entered the house. Coffee pot still on the counter. 2 cups in the sink. One with residue that later tested positive for the sedative. They found the basement. They found the room behind the false wall. What they found inside that room changed everything about how they understood Wayne Prescott. Photographs, hundreds of them, printed, organized in binders. Black men, all of them delivery drivers. All photographed from a distance without their knowledge. Some were taken through car windows, some through storefront glass, some from parking lots. Each photo had a date, a location, a description of the vehicle, license plates, routes. The oldest photo was dated 11 years ago. Different state, different city. Wayne had been collecting for over a decade. But here is what made investigators stop breathing. Some of the photos had red X marks through them. 14 photos total, 14 different men, spanning 8 years. And Darnell's photo was on the wall, dated 3 weeks before March 19th. No X through it yet. The next 72 hours became the largest manhunt in Oklahoma County history. Wayne's car was found abandoned at a rest stop near the Texas border. But Wayne was not in Texas. Cell tower records placed his phone in a rural area 14 miles north of Lawton, area with one notable feature: an abandoned meatpacking plant that had been closed since 2019. On day 11, they found it. They found Wayne's sedan parked behind the building. They found evidence of recent activity, tire tracks, footprints, and they found Darnell. What they found, I cannot describe in detail. What I can tell you is this: he had been alive for at least 7 days after that door closed. The medical examiner's report noted injuries consistent with prolonged torture. But Darnell was not alone in that warehouse. There was evidence of multiple people, at least 3, different boot prints, different cigarette brands, different DNA profiles on objects left behind. Wayne Prescott was arrested at a motel in Wichita Falls 3 days later. He was not hiding, he was waiting. When officers approached his door, he smiled. The same smile from the CCTV footage. He did not resist. He did not speak. He handed them a burner phone. On that phone were 47 minutes of video. I cannot tell you what was on that video. I can tell you that 2 of the investigators who watched it took medical leave and never returned to duty.
What? Oh, yeah.
I can tell you that the prosecution...
Hey, I bet if you can't speak on it, I'm already knowing it was some crazy. I'm already knowing it's something crazy. And look at this, like, man, what? If y'all go to sleep tonight and y'all have like, y'all see this creature looking at y'all, man. You might be having sleep paralysis. You might be screaming for help. Can't even move. That ain't funny, but like, just know, I ain't mean to pause a video like this so y'all can have nightmares, you know?
Prosecution played 90 seconds of audio during the trial with the screen turned away from the jury, and 3 jurors had to be excused. Wayne had recorded everything. Not because he was stupid, because he was proud, because this was not the first time, and because he wanted someone to know what they were capable of. During interrogation, Wayne gave investigators 3 names, 3 men who had been in that warehouse with him, all members of the same online group, all believers in the same ideology, all participants in what Wayne called cleansing operations. Those 3 men were arrested within 48 hours. Their homes were searched. In one home, they found a similar collection of photographs, 23 photos, 6 with red X marks. In another home, they found journals, detailed entries spanning 4 years, names, dates, locations. The third man's computer contained communication logs with 14 other members of the group across 6 states.
My thing is, how do, because I'm assuming with the red X's, that mean they no longer with us. My thing is, how do that many delivery men go missing without a trace, and they're not piecing like something together? Like, oh, this delivery man went missing. This delivery man went, like, it just lines up to like some. You have to, like, after the first one you should be on alert, but it's like, damn, 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, he was the 14th one. It took 14 for y'all to get it, hold it, like, catch up to. That's wild to me. Now, granted, it said it happened over the last 10 years. Now, technology been advancing like crazy. 10 years ago, where was I? Technology was still, it was still good 10 years ago. But that 2015, yeah. Going on 2016, yeah, 10 years ago. So it was decent. But of course now we got a lot. It's advanced, man. They got plate readers, definitely the doorbell cameras. That's been playing a part in a lot of like ways that people get caught. That doorbell camera or somebody home security cameras just catch something that's going on in somebody else's house, that boom, you got the evidence right there. You seen the car pull in, seen the car leave. You might could catch a little audio if they got audio on there. Boom, like, you cook. So it's like, man, it's just too much advanced technology for anything to really go undetected. Like, you have to be moving real strategic to the point where it's like, from, I don't know, you gotta just be invisible, but it's hard to do that. Like, you're gonna walk past somewhere and you're gonna be on camera.
FBI took over the case. What started as one missing delivery driver in Oklahoma became a federal investigation spanning a decade of activity across the American South and Midwest. Here is what the trial revealed. Wayne had done this before, at least twice, possibly more. The photos with X marks corresponded to missing person cases that had gone cold. One in Arkansas, 2018. One in Louisiana, 2020. Both black men. Both delivery workers. Both cases where the body was never found. Wayne never confessed to these specifically, but DNA evidence linked him to a vehicle found abandoned in rural Arkansas 3 years ago. A vehicle that belonged to a 32-year-old FedEx driver named Clarence Morton, who disappeared after his last delivery on a Tuesday afternoon in August 2018. Clarence's body has never been recovered. Neither has the body of Jerome Washington, 29, UPS driver from Shreveport who vanished in November 2020 after his route took him through a rural subdivision 40 miles from the city. His truck was found, his body was not. Wayne smiled when these names were mentioned in court. The same smile, always the same smile. Wayne Prescott was convicted on 14 charges, including first-degree murder, kidnapping, conspiracy, and federal hate crime enhancements. He received 6 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole. His 3 accomplices received sentences ranging from 45 years to life. But here is what the conviction cannot fix. The online group still exists. Different name now, different platform. But the same 14 members in 6 states that investigators identified have never been charged. The evidence was circumstantial. The communication logs suggested knowledge but not participation. They are still out there. They are still planning. And delivery drivers still make stops at houses in rural Oklahoma every single day. Tamika Simmons gave one interview after the trial, just one. She said she thinks about March 19th constantly. She thinks about the 2 seconds Darnell hesitated on that porch. She thinks about what would have happened if he had said, "No thank you," and walked back to his truck. She thinks about the 47 stops he made before that one, and how every single homeowner had been kind and normal and human. She thinks about how 9 years of positive interactions taught her husband to trust, to see good in people, to accept a cup of coffee from a stranger on a hot afternoon. She said the hardest part is not the grief. The hardest part is raising 3 children to be open and kind in a world where that kindness can kill you.
Exactly.
Elijah is 11 now. He wants to be a delivery driver like his father. Tamika does not know how to tell him no. She does not know how to explain that the same job that supported their family is the reason his father never came home. The delivery company changed protocols after Darnell's case. Drivers are now instructed to never enter a customer's home for any reason. GPS tracking is monitored in real time. Any stop exceeding 10 minutes triggers an automatic check-in. These are good
That
changes.
makes sense. Exactly.
They might save lives.
I respect that. See, it sucks that it takes for something like that to happen, for people, for companies to, up their protocols, but at least they acknowledge it though, because they could have kept just moving on with their own little system and didn't have a care in the world. Hey, they, like people say, everybody replaceable. Like, if you leave this earth, your job gonna have somebody else in your position. So at least they didn't treat it as that. They treated it as, okay, we lost, a worker. Now we got to figure out steps to, go about keeping them safe. So I respect that.
But here is what they cannot change. Wayne Prescott spent 7 years identifying potential victims. He studied routes. He learned patterns. He chose locations specifically because they were isolated. He did not need Darnell to come inside. That was just preference. If Darnell had said no, he would have waited for the next driver. Or the one after that. Or he would have found another way. Because for people like Wayne, this is not impulse. This is ideology. This is mission. And no company protocol can protect against someone who believes that ending your life is a righteous act. Remember the 14 photos with X marks? Only 3 have been connected to confirmed cases. That leaves 11. 11 men who disappeared over an 8-year period. 11 families still waiting for answers. 11 bodies that might be buried in rural fields or abandoned buildings or places no one will ever think to look. Wayne knows where they are. He has not said. His 3 accomplices know some of them. They have not said either. They have no incentive to talk. They are already serving maximum
I'm
sentences.
about to say,
What would cooperation...
what would happen if they say, oh yeah, that one there, 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 or they all could be in the same spot, but they already got, you know, them life sentences and never seeing daylight again. Well, they gonna see daylight, but you feel me? You gonna be in a cell behind a wall. Might get some yard time, but so yeah, they definitely ain't gonna talk at that point. They just gonna die with them secrets, which sucks because, like he said, that's 11 families that's never gonna get closure. They're literally gonna spend, you know, years upon years just hoping that they could get some type of closure. And it might be like when these boys, they deep into their sentence and they just like, you know what, hey, I'm about to let them know like where these bodies are. It ain't no need for me to gatekeep this. But seeing what they did, they're not humans. They're not humans. I don't even think they got a conscience. I mean, we all have one, but I just feel like doing certain stuff, I just feel like there's nothing up here. Nothing up here. You don't give a damn about nothing. So it ain't no need for there's nothing there.
Give them nothing. So they stay silent. And those 11 families stay trapped in an endless present tense.
That sucks, man.
Not knowing. Never knowing. Is he alive somewhere? Is he dead? Will we ever bury him? Will we ever say goodbye? If you work delivery routes in rural America, I need you to understand something. Darnell did nothing wrong.
He didn't.
He was friendly. Right. He was professional. He trusted his instincts, and his instincts said this man is safe. Because every signal pointed that way. Clean house, American flag, friendly smile, coffee on the counter. Nothing about Wayne Prescott suggested danger. That was the entire point.
I can say one thing. What do we tell our kids? Do not take stuff from strangers, right? As a adult, you should live by that same thing. Because you feel like, yes, I'm grown, my judgment is good, but clearly that may not be the case sometimes. Why you think people get roofied in the club or things like that happen? Because you think your judgment is good because you're grown, but like I said, we tell our kids, do not take stuff from strangers. We need to live by that, even into adulthood. That is as simple as that. Especially if you do not know the person. That's a problem. This your first time having an interaction with them. They offering you this and that. You like, me personally, I'm gonna question that instantly. Like, why me? Why me? Why you offering me all this? And that's just how I am naturally. Like, why are you giving me this? Why me? I'm just gonna question it. And like I said, I'm good for. Now I'm good. I appreciate the offer though. I'm good for that. I do that all the time. I could be at work and somebody offer me help. I'm good. I got it. It's just natural. I don't know, man. It's just who I am as a person.
He had spent years perfecting the appearance of normal. And he is not the only one. The FBI investigation identified 14 other members of groups with similar ideologies who have expressed intent to target delivery workers specifically. They see the uniform as both symbol and opportunity. The truck arrives alone. The driver approaches alone. No witnesses, no backup, just trust. Darnell's route number was retired after his death. No other driver will ever make those 55 stops in that sequence again. His truck was decommissioned. His locker at the distribution center has been turned into a memorial with photos and cards from customers who remembered him. Mrs. Gutierrez still makes lemonade every summer. She leaves it on her porch in case a delivery driver needs it. She says it helps her feel like Darnell is still out there somewhere, finishing his route. This is what happened to Darnell Simmons. This is what 14 seconds of CCTV captured. This is what a cup of coffee offered by a smiling man cost a family. If you have ever accepted a drink from a stranger, if you have ever stepped inside a home because someone seemed nice, if you have ever trusted your instincts about a person you did not know, remember this. Wayne Prescott seemed nice too. And somewhere right now, someone just like him is smiling at a delivery driver, standing on their porch asking themselves, should I go inside? The answer should always be no.
Exactly.
But Darnell said yes, because he was kind, because he was trusting, because 9 years of experience told him
I don't fault him for that, man. Because in the perfect world, in an ideal world, you would expect everyone to be kind, look out for each other, build a nice community. But in reality, we know the crazy stuff that go on the craziest stuff that go on in this world is just like, you literally will eventually start just naturally having your guard up. And it sucks. A person could be probably genuine, cool, nice as hell, but you're going to sit there. Well, I ain't going to say everybody, but once you program yourself like that, it's just something that's hard to cut off, which ain't a bad thing. But like I said, I don't fault him for that. It's good to have people out here that's nice and genuine. Like, clearly he was a nice, genuine guy. Just somebody took advantage of that. And it sucks.
Are mostly good. He was right about that. Most people are good, but it only takes one who is not. One smile, one cup of coffee, one moment of trust, and then 11 days in a warehouse with men who believe you do not deserve to exist.
That's fucking
Share
wild.
this video. Tell people about Darnell, because the protocol changes and the GPS tracking and the company memos cannot do what awareness can. They cannot make someone pause before they step through that door. Only stories like this one can do that. Darnell deserved better. His family deserves answers. And every delivery driver in America deserves to come home.
Exactly. Hey, now I know this was mainly like, of course, AI generated photos and stuff like this. It wasn't body cam, but it's a real story from what I'm getting. So that's what really matters, and it's bring awareness. Like, just like when I reacted to that UPS video, it brings awareness to like, hey, don't fall for stuff like that. Especially when the red flags was literally there. It was no UPS truck. There was 2 delivery drivers. When the son walked up to them, he opened the door and walked up to him. They didn't hand him the package and say, here you go. They followed him back up to his house. Like, so many red flags was just in that brief timing to where, like, damn. Then they have security cameras in their house. You should have looked at the security cameras, okay? I see 2 guys out here that's, I'm guessing, supposed to be UPS drivers, but I don't see a UPS truck. Now, people are saying some UPS companies, they have they let people use their own cars or something like that, which I've never seen in my life. Never seen in my life. I always see the UPS truck, and it's the same guy that drive through my neighborhood that I see. So I never once see him in his personal vehicle dropping off packages. He's literally one guy, and I've seen people say sometimes they have 2 people during the holiday season because it'll be busy. That's BS too. Literally, like I said, I see the same guy. And he don't be, it's not 2 people, it's just him in the UPS truck. So I get it. Different places, different things might occur. I don't know. But I'm speaking on what I see with my own eyes and what's normal to me. So if I do see two guys, that ain't normal. If I don't see a UPS truck, that ain't normal. Like me, that shit is screaming red flags. So I won't fall for no shit like that. That's all I'm saying. And every time I answer my door, I'll open my door. I'll crack that motherfucker. I'm left-handed. One of my firearms is literally in my hand behind that door. They not even knowing that. They not even knowing that. Shoot, two ladies, they probably from the church. They knocked on the door. I hear the knock. My daughter and me and we chilling. Boom. I go to the door, open it. Literally. Got the door cracked and I'm talking like, yeah, how y'all doing? Cool. I'm not taking chances like that because one little slip is over with. So living paranoid, because I wouldn't even say I'm a paranoid person. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm a prepared person. You know, if something do go wrong, I at least have a fighting chance. I ain't saying I'm gonna come out on top in that situation. I'm not saying that, but at least I have the potential. I have a chance to protect myself. So that's just how I look at stuff, man. And it just sucks like how an honest, innocent interaction, what you thinking that can go left quick, like split second is over with. And then it's left with people looking like, damn, if they would have just did that, if they would have never did that, if they would have, and leave that. But of course, after the fact happened, you got all the scenarios like, oh, this could have went this way, da 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 da. So my thing is, everybody out here, be safe, y'all. Be on point. I mean, we live in a crazy, hectic world. Not everybody that seems to be friendly or is friendly people. They using that as a damn mask just to, make you feel comfortable, let your guard down. And the whole time, you walking right into their trap. They like, yeah, man, this one was easy. So it's, y'all stay safe out here, man. But this the end of that.